I have a lot of notes in front of me. Let's talk about perspective. Let's talk about perception and seeing problems. We talk about problems here a lot, right? We talk about problems here a lot. And in the Course in Miracles, it would say that what we need to do is we need to know there's a problem before it can be solved. First of all, that's number one. That's number one. You need to know there's a problem before it can be solved, right? And also, Course in Miracles would say, seek not outside yourself. Seek not outside yourself. So let's look at problems in general, okay? So, there's a lot of problems in the world. There's a lot of misery in the world. There's a lot of violence in the world. There's a list of a million things. Politics, climate, COVID, masks, no masks, war, violence. I said that. There's a lot of problems in the world. A lot of problems in the world. And so all of those things, first of all, seem to be outside of you. They seem to be over there, right? So when people are trying to solve the world's problems, and all you have to do is look on Twitter, when people are trying to solve the mess that's outside of themselves, without, hear me clearly, without addressing their own mess, they can never have the right perception. They can never have the right perspective. Because if you're sitting around and you're saying, that has to change, and I have to do that to change that, and I have to do that to change that, and even having a very strong opinion, before you have really done your work, then it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Because one of the most basic spiritual and metaphysical principles there is that we are cause, the world is effect. So if we see chaos in the world, there is chaos here. Take a deep breath. Now, a lot of people might say, well, I don't have any chaos. I'm okay. I'm okay. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But the world is, this is a analogy that's done all the time, and it is said in the Course in Miracles for sure. The world is the blank screen. It's what? It's the blank screen. We are the projector. So whatever you see out there is what's happening in here. So what we do is we keep looking out there to solve the problem. You've all heard this before, but I'm sure it's a really good reminder today for some of you. When you look out there, there is a matching vibration. There's a what? There's a matching vibration. If you're angry at something out there, ask yourself, what am I angry about in here? If you are jealous of something out there, how is your jealous manifesting in here? Does that make sense? If you're judgmental out there, how are you judgmental in here? But what people tend to do is they completely forget about their own work, about taking care of their own house, about cleaning up their own house, because they have it what? Backwards. They have it backwards. And that means that they think if they fix out there, then this will get fixed. No. You always have to fix this first, right? Take a deep breath. You have a relationship with money, which is outside yourself. You have a relationship with your family, which is outside yourself. You have a relationship with politics, which is outside yourself. all of those relationships are being affected by you. And a lot of people are going to say, well, that's kind of bullshit. I didn't cause the war in Afghanistan. I didn't cause this and this and this. Well, you might not have directly. But because there's only one of us here, we did. You might not specifically have, but your war against yourself is being played out on the white screen of the world. I hate myself. I need to be better. Something's wrong with me. Listen, they always say this, and I always say this too. The way we judge others is nothing compared to how we judge ourselves. The way we have war on others might manifest physically, but spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, the war that you're raging inside of yourself is 10 million times worse. So it has to show up on the outside, right? So think about this. There's a story about this king one day. He would walk along the streets and his feet hurt on the rocks, right? His feet hurt when he walked on the rocks. So he made a declaration and said, listen, this is what I want. All throughout the kingdom, I want cow's hide everywhere so that my feet will never hurt. So my feet won't hurt, right? So I can walk along this carpet of cowhide, right? And that's how he's going to solve the problem. And then the fool, the jester of the court, laughed at him. Ha, 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 ha. You are a fool, the fool says to the king. He's like, I'm the king. I am not a fool. He's like, why would you do that? You're such an idiot. Why would you carpet the whole kingdom with cowhide to save your feet? He goes, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just cut the size of your feet, a cowhide on the size of your feet, and then walk around, and then nothing will ever hurt you. And that is how shoes began. Do you get it? He took care of his own stuff instead of trying to manipulate the world. Do you understand? Take care of everything that's in you, everything that you're doing, hopefully, here, and whatever is your path. I don't care what it is. Of course I care, but I don't care. That path, whatever you're doing, is cleaning up your own house first. On some level, you have no right until your house is cleaned up to tell anyone else how to clean their house up. I know this might sound brutal, but it's the truth. Because when you change your mind, your life is going to change. You are not going to look at the chaos in the same way, first of all. And you will not be an energetic force that is creating more chaos. We don't need any more chaos. Say yes if you agree with that. We don't need any more chaos in this world. So today's message is really about this idea of making sure that we clean up our neuroses first, that we do our work to get good with God. Remember, the most important relationship you will ever have is what? Your relationship with yourself. And when you clear up your relationship with yourself, first of all, you're going to affect everyone around you. Everyone around you will start to feel that peace, that joy, that flow, right? So when you do that, it's going to affect everyone. And you've all heard of the butterfly effect. You've all heard of the ripple effect. This is the truth. So I'll put it crudely. Get your nose out of other people's business. Get your nose out of the world's business until you do your work. Because your work is more important than us trying to, as they say, rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic because it's going down anyway. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now, let's address the elephant in the room here. So what are we supposed to do? Just sit back and let people be judged against and all the horrors in the world, just sit back. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that usually when you're trying to do that, you're coming from a place of insanity and neurosis already, and it probably isn't going to help, right? Find your peace first. What is the song? Let peace begin with me, right? Let peace begin with me, right? The Course in Miracles has one very famous line that's very true. It is, do not attempt to change the world, but attempt to change your mind about the world. Take a deep breath. So next time that you think about solving the world's problems and giving your 2 cents, which the world doesn't need. No one needs your 2 cents. I'm sorry, no one needs your 2 cents. Shut up. Turn inside. Connect back with God. Do your own work. Do your own work. Just shut up. It's the ego that thinks it has control over the outside anyway. If we had a society of people, everyone healing themselves and doing their work, which we have billions around the world doing that, which is great, it will be very different. And your experience of the world will be different. If you can get yourself to stop getting on the keyboard, I'm not saying this in particular, just know that. Getting on the keyboard and making sure your opinion is out there. Nobody cares about your opinion. And that opinion is probably going to add to the noise. Why would you add to the noise? Get back to your quiet. Get back to your peace.